Well, hello everybody. It's Tuesday, so here we are in For the Love of Dragons, coming to you live. My name is Araya Anra, and I am the Dragon Guide here, often called the Dragon Lady. Bringing some more dragons to you. So, we've done a lot of amazing questions in the last couple weeks. If you missed those, I encourage you to go back to the replays and the archives of the group, or find the YouTube channel. Do a search on Invoke Healing International. There's a whole dragon playlist from the last 4 years, from every week, of questions, subjects, topics, dragons, everything related to them that you might ever ask for or want to know about. We do start, I'm excited, we're only 9 days away from starting the next book club round. I only have 3 spots left. If you've been thinking about it, I would definitely dive in now. It is a guaranteed 6 weeks of expansion and transformation that is really bang for your buck in these programs. It's meditation that is powerhouse. I don't even know how to describe them. New dragons even come in consistently in the book club that make it really fun, really unexpected. I work, as most of the time I do, off the cuff, based in connection to the energies, what's happening, what needs to be shared. And so today we're moving forward with that of just sitting with, and I thought it interesting. I clicked onto my phone to dive into the live at 11:11. I never time it. I just know it's somewhere around 11, and then it ends up being always perfect. So I feel that alignment today with those wake-up call moments. For me, that 11:11 has always signified a confirmation, a wake-up, pay attention, something's going on. And for you, it can be 222. I see a lot of 444s. I often see the numbers that represent my birth date. There's always a way that the universe and your guides and guardians are trying to signal and communicate with you, and that's a common one. That's one that is letting you know the energies are aligning. That if it's happening now, pay attention to what you were just talking about. Pay attention to what's happening or passing by outside you as you're driving, or what's happening in the sky in that moment if you happen to be looking at the sky. Whatever's going on in that moment, there's something important about it to pay attention to. So the energies this week, I feel like that are important to pay attention to, and that there's been this ongoing this year, an amazing amount of information that has been brought through even since January. You know, I get information on a consistent basis through all the session and classwork that I do, and it definitely took an uptick coming into 2021 that I would say probably triple or quadruple the amount of information that is new, that is taking us upward into higher vibrations and frequencies, into more expansion and opening, into this inversion state to get to our ground zero. It's all part of the ascension journey. Hello, my beautiful dragon hearts that are on the call. Lovely to see you guys. As we are moving forward, it's just snowballing. It just seems there's so much that is, for me, higher level, higher technology, higher insight and perspective than maybe all the 5 to 7 years combined previous to this year. We're definitely on a launching pad. We're definitely moving forward, and you can feel it. You're starting to get excited about it. You're starting to feel that. I would describe it like how I feel before a trip that I'm about to take. I've planned something maybe for 6 months to a year. It's a big overseas trip, sort of like Kailash. Kailash, when I went in 2018, was calling me for about 15 years. I knew it was on my list of places I need to go. And when I got the list, I never was told when or if I'd be going alone, who I'd be taking. I never got those details. I just got the list, and all of a sudden that year it was book it now. And same with Peru. I did that the same year. And I see now in hindsight the reasoning and the timing. But for me, when I was headed to Kailash, like for a month or two beforehand, I had this big churning of energy, the excitement building, the knowing like something's aligning here, something big is about to happen here. And indeed, many, many big things happened on that trip, all the way from Beijing down to Kailash and the very western ends of Tibet, all the way over in the Dongak Caves, and places that I didn't even know the names of before I started allowing the information to come and planning the trip. And that journey, that's where we're at right now. It might not be going to Tibet, but we're going into something so new, and we've been waiting for it for so long on a soul level that we're starting to feel that pulse pulling us forward, the excitement building that we're about to get on the plane, that, oh my God, my trip is imminent now. It's like so close. I can touch it. I'm starting to pack. I can feel the shifts in my body if we're moving towards this ascension process, right? There's things starting to happen, and you guys are probably feeling that. So that's what I'm excited about right now. That's the energies that I'm feeling. I've got the moon dragon and the merging black and white dragons here where they're coming into union, because they just called out to me from the wall, because the merging, the black and the white coming together, and that happening on higher and higher and higher levels in those same lineages of the movement into a state of union, the movement into our ground zero, our 0 point doorway. It's imminent now. It's so close. You're starting to get the angst and the excitement. So knowing we've answered questions in the last couple of weeks and really had some deep discussions, and that I'm headed for a lot of deep discussions in the book club. That's one of the great things about it, is 6 weeks of off the charts, hour and a half discussions of everything that you want to talk about connected to dragons, and things that you don't even realize are connected to dragons. And I can bring that in for you and show you how they do, to get all your questions answered on your journey, and then to have a powerhouse meditation that follows that. But I thought it would be fun to go into a reading of the energies with the deck today. And I'm really grateful. I had a beautiful share from Magenta Pixie, if you know who she is. Love her work, love what she's putting out there and continually informing and educating people about. She works with the White Wing Collective of 9. Beautiful set of beings. But she I sent her a copy of the deck. I wanted her to have one in gratitude for all that she's doing for the world. And she put it out on her page. So the dragon cards are now getting out there in a bigger way, and I know they're excited to speak to everybody. And so I'm in gratitude for that little share. I appreciate everyone that can share it out, that has it or has experienced it or has even just looked at it, because the images are amazing. These are what are on the walls on the canvas prints, and they are. She actually said she's been using it every day. She used to also be known as a dragon lady, so I know she works with the dragons and is connected to them, and I think that's what was on my heart with the dragons, to actually send them to her. So I'm going to feel into what dragons want to share today. And one of the ways that you can use the deck is to have a past, present, and future reading, similar to most decks that you use. But I thought it would be nice just feeling the shift in the energies this week. I feel like we're moving into something big, and so I wanted to connect in with the dragons on that and feel, all right, where are we? Where have we been? Where are we, and where are we headed? What is the energy talking to us with? So let me feel into the first, which would be, where have we been? What got us to this point today? And I always like to let the energy, the cards, just open the deck to the right place. And the air dragon. So I will pull the air dragon here. There's our beautiful air dragon, one of the elementals. And the air dragon is the wisdom lineage. So our wisdom has gotten us to this point, but I'll go into that a little more deeply. Where are we standing now? The energy that we're standing with now, reflecting through the dragons. And I can feel it right off center to the right in the deck. And the white dragon, interesting. So the white dragon is up on the wall today in the merge with the black. That's where we're at. White dragon. The white dragon is very connected to our DNA and where we're headed. All right, deck wants to be shuffled again. Might be because one of the end cards is hard to pick up on, and maybe that it needs to be where I can feel it. Still showing up near the end, second to last. Woo! And we have one of the Pleiadians coming in, so that definitely feels. This is the lemon yellow dragons, one of the Pleiadians. And awesome, Deborah. I'm glad you're excited to catch it live. I know there was trouble with Facebook yesterday, so I thought, well, I'll try if I can get on today. We're due or we're set, but I will also know that it's perfection if Facebook is down again for whatever reason. They were like 75% globally shut down yesterday. Multiple social media streams were. That is an indicator of all the things going on in the background in our chaotic world right now. It's a great sign. So the lemon yellow dragon is where we're headed. So let's just go into these. So where we've been, what we're coming into, coming from the air dragon. And the air dragon is, as I said, part of the wisdom lineage, the element that holds us into our knowings, that higher up in that lineage we get into connection with the copper dragon and our soul records, moving from this plane and the halls of knowledge and into the Akashic records of the soul up through the lineage. But let's just pull, and I'm going to probably need my glasses, we'll see here. So the air dragon, this is where we've been. Clarity, perspective, awareness. Perspective being the key word there. The air dragons have shown up today because you are needing to look from a very different angle at something in your life. They can lift you into a pattern of higher awareness, even if only temporarily. In order to get clarity, allow them to swirl around your mental body. It may make you dizzy or left feeling unbalanced, but that is because they want to bring you back closer to your true center, from which you will always have clarity. You may have a big decision to be made. Let them show you the path your soul is laying out, rather than what your mind is projecting. So they're connected to the mental body. That's the wisdom center. What do I take away from that and feeling this aspect of this is where we've been? What have we been doing for the past 18 months? We've been moving into higher awareness, more perspective, getting clarity, asking the deeper questions, seeking the deeper truth, trying to get aligned with our soul. And we're at a doorway. We're at a point where we've done that. We've been moving towards that. We've been moving towards awakening, seeking the truth, asking for those answers to be revealed. I love that aligns so perfectly for me of where we've been the last 18 months, where the whole journey is leading us into awareness of self, awareness of the bigger picture, awareness of truth, seeking for it, finding the perspective. This is where we've been up to this point. So where are we at now? This is super exciting because we are now with the white dragon. The white dragon is showing up today as this is the present moment. This is where we're at. And the white dragon has amplification, light, and DNA activation. Let's read the rest of her. I'm just feeling the alignment so deeply through my body with these cards pulling in today. Go in front of the gemstone dragons to get to my white. All right. The white dragon is about expansion. What were we just saying before we pulled the cards? We're getting close to that 0 point doorway. We're in a space. We're on the launch pad. This is all about our expansion. DNA activation, amplification, and light. If that doesn't feel right on the money, this is where we're at. We're starting to move forward. We are starting this expansion right now. The white dragons are here to bring you a gift. You are ready to amplify your frequency and or receive an activation within your DNA signature that will manifest an ancestral healing through your bloodline. This is a marker of your progress on a soul level, of remembering and moving forward on your ascension journey back to self. Their presence can signify celebration of achievement, a readiness for another leap in consciousness, receptivity to higher frequencies and communications. It may indicate a shift in your guide team forthcoming to accommodate the growth and more of your clairs opening or expanding. I would expand that into your telecommunication center, your whole telepathic bodies beginning to come into communion. So if you already have your clairs open, you're going to move more into telepathic connection. Those that are not yet in their clairs, they're going to start having their clairs expanded because we're all on the journey together, but we're all at different stages of expanding, right? So the angelic realms may present simultaneously to bring other gifts. Revel in the light, joy, beauty, and transcendence of this moment. And these, the white dragons connected to the Archangel Melchizedek. So that to me is another beautiful confirmation that we are in this expansion point. Right now, right here, we're in the 0 point. We're able to move forward. You're able to stay in the 5D and be ready for that and allow all the DNA activations. What are those going to do? Your expansion, your ascension process is about shifting your physical, biological, carbon-based body into your crystalline silica-based geometric fifth dimensional form. We're trying to do it where we maintain the physical body with us. It's going to have to shift. This is biological evolution in progress, and it's going to move very quickly. We've been setting the stage for this to happen for some time. And now the white dragon showing up is saying, it's time. Let's move more light into your cells. Let's activate that DNA. What does activating the DNA do? It brings higher light vibration in. It can shift 2 strand back into all 12. It can mend all the broken bits that are lying dormant, that were the reptilian influence and interference that left broken strands of our DNA all within our system, in our cells, in our spinal column, in the body, that was the breaking of the light. So much disconnect. That interference is now being reversed. We are now able to, because we've separated from that interference, we've been able to overcome and rise above it, start remembering who we are. As we remember, those activate in again, but the white dragon brings that amplification and activation back in. This starts aligning your crystalline geometries into place. For those that are ready, they're going to have a whole bunch of crystalline geometries activate. There are 77 within your framework, and moving that in. So here we are. Exactly. So much potential, Deborah's saying. So ready to step into this new vibration. We are. And the reason that it's here now is because so many, we've reached, tingling, tingling, full body goosies. We've reached the critical mass. We're at the tipping point. We're beyond where we needed to be with the light quotient on the planet, which makes it so that we can all shift forward. The vibrational shift is now happening. We had a massive turning point at the equinox on the 21st of September. Now, what are we seeing 2 weeks later? Aligning in with that moon cycle. I love that's why the moon dragon came in today. Full moon, new moon. Full moon, new moon. Keep going through the cycle, the launch pad, the initiation. That full moon right at the equinox was a part of the launch pad. Now we're in the new moon. We're in that drawing out, that stillness, the calm. The 0 point. The 0 point is where the white dragon can do that work, because the white dragon can come in and crystallize everything in your body. She's doing it for Gaia's template. She's doing it for our template. That's the now moment. So let's look at where we're headed, because this to me is super exciting, that sitting and feeling like shuffle through, find it, the Pleiadian dragon wanted to speak. And this is the lemon yellow Pleiadian dragon. I love this. Wonder. And her keywords that are also on here: flight, buoyance, inhibitions. Basically letting go of all inhibitions. The enemy, or the energy of the lemon yellow dragon of the Pleiades is pure buoyancy. Feel that in your body. That's the weightlessness. You're at the 0 point doorway. What happens when you move into an anti-gravity field? Buoyancy. You're no longer tied into the 3D magnetic grids. You're no longer slave to or enchained by the gravitational field and pull of the magnetic earth that is the 3D system. Buoyancy. Allow the buoyancy. Allow the cells to shift, because when you move from carbon to silica, it's also going to change the magnetic pull. It's going to reduce that actual need for carbon to attract into the center of the earth. It's going to make you feel lighter. It's going to make the magnetization towards you actually be like energy. Like to like. You're going to start attracting and magnetizing towards you that which matches your vibrational field. That can be something that aligns to your soul, whether it's on an active level of something physically, active level of something or someone, an energy, a new project, whatever that is. You're moving towards that which aligns to you on a soul level. So, buoyancy. Like a bubbly elixir, it moves through and lifts your spirits and your energy in a way that inspires, brings new ideas. That buoyant feeling when nothing is holding you back or weighing you down. You don't even need a direction. You are light as a feather and eager to bring in something new. Let the ideas flow in. Let your heart soar like the child that can paint across the sky and create magnificent wonder. childlike wonder. Key word here for the lemon yellow dragon, wonder. It's as children that we return to the kingdom of heaven, right? You don't even have to believe in God in heaven, but there is a divine creator source energy. I call it Mother, Father, God. That is attracting us back to it. That is part of our magnetization as we raise our vibration back into that divine field. We need to be childlike. Remember the play. Come full circle back to our childlike wonder. And when was the last time you let yourself play in a fully uninhibited way, or truly felt into what you would do with this day or your life if money, responsibilities, and all other thought forms that shut us down as adults were non-existent? That's a great question to reflect on. If I could do anything right now, money's not an issue, time off work's not an issue, where I am in the world, there's no constraints. I can do anything. What would I do? A kid can always decide that. Dare to dream and realize that which holds you back is purely a thought form. Change your thoughts and beliefs, and everything around you can shift into the joy, wonder, and magic that this journey of life is meant to be, meant to hold. That's where we're headed. This, to me, is everything about the ascension process unfolding before us. We are in exactly divine creative consciousness, that sacred space. I love how you worded it there in the comments. The ability to align into self. We do that with that activation into our crystalline form. We do that in alignment of so much more light coming in that we can connect into our soul vibration. That's the whole journey with my dragons. Why I do the Eye of the Dragon and the Way of the Dragon Heart program is to get people connected into that higher self aspect, to themselves that are dragons. I work with those that are dragon, and whether they're dragon heart or dragon rider, and about getting you to the place where that is so merged, so connected that it can't disconnect, that it can't break, and you start getting those responses in your body, those knowings of your path, of what you're here for, of your purpose, of this is what I need to do, this is exactly what I want to do, this is my heart is singing to do, that's the magic I bring to the world. And as I activate that through my body, which is the process that we go through over 8 months of releasing all the thought forms, all the blocks, all the boxes around us that keep us in little tiny 3D living. And we get to this. And when we get to this, then life is that magical unfolding journey. And everything around us is magnetizing because we're in that high vibration that doesn't need the density of matter anymore. We don't have to play by the rules of 3D to be existent in a similar realm. 5D is present around the 3D realm. It's just a bigger sphere. It encompasses it. But you can now access and stay within that. You can still see what's going on in 3D, but you don't have to partake in it. What is that famous quote from the scriptures? I believe it's Christ's way of saying being in the world and not of it. That really came home to me as an understanding this year of recognizing how we become in the world where we are part of what's unfolding in the 3D, but we're really not entrenched in it anymore. When we move into that aspect of ourselves as light workers, as light beings, and we align to the truth of that, our vibration and our perspective starts to shift so that we can actually feel and notice where we are seeing what's happening, but we're no longer partaking. We're no longer ensconced in the drama of it. We're no longer pulled into the chaos of it. So for many, this has been a very challenging 18 months. For those that are on the front edge of the wave of the light workers that are pulling forward, it's actually been a really incredible 18 months to watch the unfolding continuous process and see it for what it is, recognize, keep holding that flame of truth, and moving forward to higher and higher, and watching bigger and bigger groups of people wake up and feel that, to be called to it, called to know there's something bigger, there's something more. So that to me is super exciting. This was a really fun way for me to share the live with you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed it, because to me it's been right on the money with the energies that I was connecting in with all morning, even in session, and feeling for today and where we're at of moving through all the perspective, the wisdom, gaining that insight, receiving the gift of amplification and light so that we can leap forward and become buoyant, become uninhibited, become that child in wonder to move into that fifth dimensional quantum field. Woohoo! I don't know about you guys, I'm ready. All right, So if you have questions next week, I will always dive into questions. We might even do some mini dragon readings again. I don't know. If people want readings, then I'll let them leave them in the comments. Maybe we'll do that next week. I haven't done it in ages. But wishing you guys a beautiful week. Enjoy these energies. Enjoy if anything does sort of hit the fan or things start just going offline. We've got Mercury in retrograde. Things are going to be wonky. You start noticing it. No, these are beautiful, beautiful signs of the times we're in, that progress is being made, and we are like at the tipping point. We're moving forward, and all progress, all shift is showing. Like, I'm seeing stuff globally. People might say there's not a lot happening. I don't feel like we're moving forward at all. It seems to be getting more chaotic and dense. It really depends on the perspective that you're feeling and where you're getting your information, because it's there's so much positive shift, and I keep seeing it on all the news feeds that I get of big major things happening. You won't see it in mainstream media. You need to look in other sources, but wow, there are big things happening. So I'm excited. I'm so positive about where we're headed, and feel it in my body, in my soul. Like, you can feel it when I'm merged with my dragon, and you can probably feel my dragon coming through. Those of you that are more clairvoyant or clairkinetic, you might even sense or feel my dragon's snout, my serpentine body form, my wings, whatever you sense or feel. The eyes will always tell, and I can feel Tana very present with me. As this is like a speaking of knowing, there's just a knowing coming through of the message being shared. And this is how I operate within session. This is how I operate within class. So it's exciting to have that level of audience, both here live with me. I see who's on, and I can feel that within the people that are listening live right now, but also who are going to catch it on the replay, because this is your channel. This is the kind of frequency of vibration you're able to connect into and receive, because you can actually tell that beyond the words coming out of my mouth right here, there is so much being translated and transmitted through my body, that those that are actually opening their telecommunication field, you're going to feel that heart hit. I can feel this massive transmission going from my heart space. And this has happened multiple times in the last couple of months, especially. So just receive that. Re-listen to it. If you're hopping on just now, go back and re-listen to it. Feel that. And just every time you need that, when you get to a low point, when you get to a lull, or you feel like you're being pulled back into the chaos, that the crabs are pulling you back into the bucket, listen again. Receive the heart transmission. Let it lift you up out of the mire, out of the quagmire, so that you're here, because then you can help lift others up instead of letting them pull you down. And I've always loved that analogy of the big pot of crabs or crawfish, whatever, or lobsters. They're down in the bucket, and they don't want anybody to climb out and escape. They want to pull you back down. Come stay in our low density. Stay down here. Stay stuck. Stay chaotic. Stay like, look at this embroiled mess. This is crazy to be in. Isn't that fun? I've never liked drama, so it's like, no, I'm going to climb right out of this. Don't let anybody pull you back down into it. You rise up and then reach over and lift up another to bring them up with you. All right. Just letting the rest of the transmission go out. Feeling that. If this is something that you enjoy and you're feeling, I am being called to mention the book club again because of those 3 spots. I feel like there's 3 people that are going to watch this that are knowing, like, wow, I need more of this. I need more of this upliftment. I need more direct connection with the dragons. I'm struggling to get through on my own. Come in. Weekly meditation with the dragons that you can download. You'll have them. All the classes are recorded. You get to download and keep them and listen to them as many times as you need to, whenever you want to, over the next months, years, weeks, whatever works for you. But this is the level of transmission that comes, and it goes beyond that, actually. This is just catching on a short live today. So, blessings to my dragon family. I'm always so grateful that you're here. Grateful that I had the impetus 4 years ago. This was in my own journey of continuously feeling the merge with myself, the opening of one day waking up and knowing, wow, I need to start this group. It's called For the Love of Dragons, and this is what it's about, and here's the image. It all created like in a couple hours the night before Thanksgiving 4 years ago. So let that unfold for you. What is in your heart to come forward with? Yeah, Robin, I know you did a couple of them, and then the Dragon Heart program. So I know that you have a lot of firsthand knowledge of both. All right, Candy, good to see you. Much love to all my dragon family. I always send out dragon hugs You feel them with all my email communications, and that really is a hug from my dragon to yours. And if you can envision it, when I hug body to body, human to human, dragon to dragon, you might actually feel that dragon breathing down your neck and into your body framework, because it's powerful. And that's what I always send with my emails and messages. So big dragon hugs to everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a great week and enjoy these energies. Feel where they launch you. Dive into it. Bye-bye for now.